Welcome back. So today we're doing a deep dive into XRP's recent price movements. You shared a video with some pretty detailed technical analysis, and I think our mission here is to really, cut through the noise and pinpoint the key levels they mentioned, the support, the resistance, and figure out what it might be signaling.
Exactly. It's like we're trying to decode the map the analysts laid out. Where did it
Oh,
bounce from and where might it, hit a
yep.
wall next?
Okay, so the analysis, it kicks off pointing out a really crucial Fibonacci support zone, somewhere between $1.89 and $1.99.
Yeah, that's the one. And the key thing the video highlights is that support actually held. Price bounced right off it.
And why is that so significant? I mean, when a price respects those fib levels like that.
Well, it's interesting, right? Because so many traders watch these levels, they almost become self-fulfilling. Orders tend to pile up around them.
Oh,
So
okay.
you get actual buying pressure creating that support. It's like everyone kind of agrees, okay, this is an important spot, so they react when the price gets there.
Makes sense. So bouncing off that support, XRP's been pushing up a bit.
Yeah.
And the analyst seems to be targeting the, what, $2.15 to $2.16 area now?
That's the current target, yeah. And they frame this as part of an ABC corrective wave structure.
Right. ADC correction. Can you maybe unpack that for us, just simply?
Sure. Think of the main trend like a river flowing strongly one way. An ABC correction is like a temporary ripple, sort of going against that main flow for a bit. You get an initial move up, that's A, then a little dip, that's B, then another move up, C, which often relates in size to A.
Okay, like a zigzag against the current.
Exactly. And here, the analyst thinks this C wave, this current move up, is aiming for a specific Fibonacci extension point related to that first A wave.
Got it. So $2.15 to $2.16 is the ripple's target. But it sounds like there's a pretty hefty barrier waiting right above that, around $2.16 to $2.17. What makes that zone so critical?
Yeah, this is where we get what traders call confluence. It's not just one thing.
Right.
That $2.16, $2.17 area lines up with previous swing highs from earlier in the year, places where the price topped out before.
Right, where sellers stepped in previously.
Exactly. Plus, and this is key, it also coincides with a major Fibonacci retracement level, the 61.8%.
Ah, the 61.8. Always important.
Always. So you've got past price history and a key fib level all converging in that tight little zone. It's like multiple warning signs flashing at once, makes it a strong potential turning point.
So here's the interesting bit then. The analyst actually sort of hopes the price doesn't just smash right through this resistance. That sounds a bit counterintuitive, doesn't it?
It does at first glance, but it makes sense within their Elliott wave framework.
How so?
Well, if this whole upward move is just that temporary ABC correction we talked about, then hitting that strong resistance and ideally stalling or reversing there would actually confirm that view. If it just blasts straight through $2.17 without much trouble, it might suggest something else is going on. Maybe the correction isn't over. Or maybe it's not just a simple correction anymore. Perhaps a bigger wave structure is unfolding.
Right. So hitting the ceiling and bouncing off validates the idea that this was just a corrective bounce within a potentially larger downtrend. It fits the narrative.
Precisely. The price action around $2.16 to $2.17 becomes a key test of that corrective wave interpretation.
Of course, the video also made sure to mention, markets are unpredictable. Analysis needs to be flexible.
Absolutely. You can't get married to one scenario. Technical analysis deals in probabilities, not certainties, news, sentiment, unexpected events. They can always throw a wrench in the works.
Okay, so just to really nail it down then, the two absolutely crucial zones from this analysis are that support between $1.89 and $1.99, which held nicely,
Mm-hmm.
and now this resistance cluster around $2.16 to $2.17, which is the immediate target, looks like a major decision point.
That's the summary right there. Support held, now testing resistance. How XRP behaves right up here at this $2.17 level should give us some pretty big clues about where it might head next in the short term.
Okay, great. So the key takeaway really is XRP showed strength and support. Now it's bumping up against a significant ceiling. The reaction right here could be very telling.
Yeah. And, thinking about that, it makes you wonder, right? We've talked a lot about the technical levels, the charts, but what other factors, things completely outside the charts, maybe big news, regulatory stuff, or just the overall mood in the crypto market, what do you think could ultimately push XRP through that $2.17 resistance or cause it to turn back down, regardless of what the technicals suggest right now? Something to think about.